Et si je ne couche pas?
Ah, l'histoire serait meilleure, parce qu'il faut pas qu'il s'y passe des choses.
Eric Rohmer, Claire's knee. My Night at Maud's by Eric Rohmer chronicles the most chaste fling ever, just two people sitting up all night talking over a glass of wine. A philosophical and religious former playboy and a brassy, cynical divorcee. The protagonist had been dragged to Maud's apartment by a buddy who's trying to end his own fling with her. At Maud's, the two guys argue about Pascal and religion until late at night. The protagonist is a Catholic obsessed with mathematics. His friend is a casual Marxist. Maud listens patiently and contributes to the conversation sometimes. Finally, when the buddy is really drunk, he excuses himself, hoping to dump Maud onto the narrator. And now that they're alone, you expect a torrid love affair to flourish. Which never happens. Maud's clearly interested, but she keeps probing the narrator about his type. She suggests that it's a blonde Catholic. She makes herself available, but the narrator resists. And he is, in fact, obsessed with a blonde Catholic who he sees at Mass. Did I mention this is an awesome Christmas movie? There's a scene where Maud's daughter gets out of bed just to look at their Christmas tree lit up, and then she packs off to bed again. The setting in Clermont-Ferrand during the Christmas festival is charming. Rohmer allegedly didn't get the snowy footage he wanted, and he delayed the movie by a year, coming back for more snow. As someone who got to live in Strasbourg, the capitale de Noël, for 5 years, this movie really makes me want to do Christmas in France again. Anyhow, after the titular night at Maud's, the narrator runs into his blonde Catholic Françoise. They get married, and years pass. Improbably, they bump into Maud at a beach while on vacation. Maud and the wife clearly know each other. Suddenly, much of the conversation on that long-ago night is illuminated. Françoise was almost definitely the person who broke up Maud's marriage. Or maybe the connection between Maud and Françoise is something else.
Excusez-moi.
The narrator carefully conceals his suspicions in order to preserve his relationship with his wife. That question of Pascal's wager hangs over the whole story. If there's a chance for ultimate salvation, it's better to err on the side of salvation even if your chances are slim. Here the narrator is offered a possible passionate triumph or disaster with Maud, with whom he has very little in common, but she's still the most exciting woman he's ever met. He chooses instead a traditional, safe marriage with Françoise, who is equally beautiful but not a gamble. And he's wrong. Françoise is just as dangerous as Maud, and now that he sees the darkness behind her chilly blonde facade, he chooses to live in discreet denial. The short story on which this is based begins, in this story I'm not going to tell you everything. And besides, there isn't any story really. That's pretty disingenuous. He's not sure if he made the right call. He ends up with a happy little family and lingering doubts about what exactly he passed up, and the certainty that his wife is not some chaste saint. But what we get is a series of conversations, engaging conversations between smart people about things that matter. Can science help explain religion? Should we be guided by passion or ideology? How do you choose your life partner? You suspect the narrator has chosen the right woman for him, but he has not chosen happiness. Eric Rohmer's movies offer resolution, but they also launch conversations. After this movie, you might want to argue about which woman was a better choice, or if the narrator was a salaud or just naive. The warm world of possibility in winter changes to a cold, confining world of stasis in summer. And that's the thing I love about Rohmer. He isn't a contrarian,
Mais pas du tout.
but he does make you want to think about your own assumptions. All of your assumptions.